Most leaders remember the rank they hit. Very few remember what quietly broke right before it. The belief most network marketing leaders operate under is simple. If the organization is ranking up, the system must be working. It feels logical. Ranks are public, they're celebrated, they're used as proof that duplication is alive and leverage is forming, and for a while that belief holds, until it doesn't. The first crack usually doesn't show up in volume, it shows up in behavior. There's a moment, most of you have lived it, where the rank moves forward, but the questions don't decrease, the calls don't shorten, the explanations don't simplify. You tell yourself it's temporary. The rationalization sounds responsible. This is a growth phase. New leaders need extra support. Once this settles, dip will catch up. The rank becomes the evidence that the system is healthy, so the behavior doesn't feel dangerous. But structurally, something else is happening. Rank advancement doesn't require distributing ownership. It only requires concentrated output. A few legs perform well can move the entire organization forward. Even while the majority of the network is still waiting, still checking in, still mirroring activity instead of owning decisions. The system hasn't scaled, it has compressed. And compression feels like momentum until it doesn't. Here's the behavioral moment where leverage starts to decay. When rank changes how leaders interpret friction. Before the rank, friction feels like a signal. After the rank, friction gets reclassified as normal leadership responsibility. More conversations don't feel like a warning, they feel like the cost of success. More dependency doesn't feel structural, it feels relational. So leaders respond by increasing presence instead of questioning the architecture. Effort fills the gap where leverage should have appeared. The structure adapts around the leader instead of away from them. And this is why rank is such a dangerous indicator, because the system can advance while the behavior underneath becomes less duplicatable with every promotion. Depth doesn't collapse dramatically, it stalls quietly. Frontlines stay busy, the calendar stays full, recognition continues, but ownership doesn't move downward. People don't leave immediately, they stay attached to volume, recognition, or obligation, without ever crossing the line into independent action. From the outside, organization looks alive, but from the inside, it feels heavier. The leader often senses this, but dismisses it because the rank contradicts the discomfort. If something were wrong, they think we wouldn't be advancing. But rank advancement doesn't measure leverage density. It measures outcome concentration. The long-term consequence isn't burnout, it's the motivational sense, it's fragility. Miss a week and performance wobbles. Shift focus and volume reacts. Pull back slightly and the organization feels it immediately. That's not growth stress. That's a system that's never transferred its weight. And here's the part that most leaders don't like to sit with. Rank doesn't cause the problem, it concealed it. The title made the structure look stronger than it was, and the celebration delayed the diagnosis. The momentum postponed the reckoning. Eventually, something forces the issue. Market changes, personnel, personal capacity, life events, or simple fatigue. And when the leader finally steps back, they don't discover a self-sustaining organization. They discover how much of the system was being carried personally. Not for control, not for babysitting, but for invisible load-bearing behavior that no one named. That's why some of the most experienced leaders feel capped without understanding why. They didn't stop working, they didn't lose belief, they didn't fail publicly. They advanced past the point where the system was actually ready. And the rank made it feel like everything was fine. That tension between visible advancement and visible weakness is where most network marketing systems stop scaling. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly.